Welcome back to another Market Open live stream. We've got more red today. There is some green though. In fact, Fisker has finally U-turned. Look at this. Fisker's finally up 10% today after just getting destroyed and pummeled over the last, 2 months? It's been incredible. We've got Sundial. Following Fisker being up 10.4%, we've got Sundial up 7 to 8%ish. CRISPR starting to run a little bit here. CRISPR running at a pace here. All of a sudden, must have gotten some news here within the last couple hours. Let's take a peek, see if we could see it here. So, development agreement between CRISPR and, this could be it. Okay, there's a collaboration development and manufacturing agreement. Interesting. Okay, so here, this might explain why CRISPR's up 5%. Under an amended agreement, Vertex to lead worldwide development, manufacturing, and commercialization of CTX001. Does anybody know what the heck that is? Anywho, that'll be something to look into. But that's interesting to see. Seeing CRISPR run here. CRISPR's kind of been down in the doldrum for a while. Keep in mind, today is 420. So we'll see what happens with Doge. Is today going to be a buy the rumor, sell the news day? We'll see when we get to it on the chart. We've got Nano Dimension up 5% today. Cannabis, hey, look. Cannabis doing the nice 420 push today. You got Cannabis showing off a nice little 4% move. Cannabis pumping up a little bit. ArcLight, Dave & Buster's, IBM, Aurora Cannabis. Looks like all the Cannabis are up today. Not as high as they have been. In fact, they're kind of pretty far off some of the highs of where they have been. The last Cannabis cycle really hit us around, I want to say January was when we had our last Cannabis cycle. It's since then, Cannabis has just been an incredible sell-off phase. Let's see here. We've got, if we go back to the chart here, yeah, you can really see here the Cannabis cycle really ending around February 10th, 12th, kind of ended before the rest of the market started taking its beating. But otherwise, since November, you really grew straight in Cannabis. Well, maybe not straight, but you grew pretty average straight since November all the way through February. And you've literally had the opposite trend. And you're now at all-time lows, really, on Aurora Cannabis since the election, of course. Before the election, these were much lower. So you're really seeing sort of a little bit of a bleed out on Cannabis. And it's entirely possible because of, well, any lack of real mention by Joe Biden and Democrats. Right now, they're much more focused on, you've got Democrats. Some Democrats focused on a what's it called? A fourth stimulus check. Biden mentions nothing about a fourth stimulus check. Biden's focused on infrastructure. We've got Republicans focused on a smaller infrastructure package. So there's been zero talk about Cannabis, and so that could be a part of the Cannabis issue. Now, Julian, thank you for bringing that up. We were talking about that this morning in the course member live stream. That not in the course member live stream, in the course member chat. That the firefighters for the Tesla accident came out and mentioned the fire actually only took 3 to 4 minutes to put out. They just remained on scene for 4 hours to probably wait for a tow or to cool. Well, probably not to wait for a tow to cool the thing off enough so that it could be towed. The car, that's the Tesla accident that we're talking about. And if you think about it, on one hand, that's really, really good. I mean, nobody wants to hear that the car was literally on fire for 4 hours. That's especially scary, certainly if somebody's trapped. It made me wonder a little bit, like, wow, what's the point of having a fire extinguisher if the fire's going to stay on for that long? Now, cooling a vehicle for 4 hours, okay, problematic. But that's a little better than sitting there dousing the story the mainstream media ran yesterday was they sat there dousing the car for 4 hours using 30,000 gallons of water, which is like a pool. I don't know. Very, very interesting. So then we've got Tilray. Tilray, yeah, again, a lot of the Cannabis up today. Zom's up today. IBM, Dave & Buster's, Microvision, Whirlpool. These guys moving up 1 to 2% here. Coinbase, 1%. Okay, Coinbase actually trying to turn around a little bit here. Costs, Plug Power, Matterport's up a tiny bit here, but I mean, we're talking about fractionally up here. I think this is really a telltale sign that the hedge fund industry and institutions are on big time standby for this earnings season, potentially not really believing the earnings that we're all expecting. But they're not wrong to be hopeful, but protect themselves with hedges. And then, of course, on the downside, look what we got again: SPAC down here. Virgin and Canoe down. We've got SOS, Gevo, Clover. I think that the Clover short after that adjustment there on the short interest stat, I think that's over. Now, we did suspect that on Friday. Did still have a little bit of a nice movement yesterday, but we're definitely starting to see that Clover movement evaporate as that data gets corrected. United Airlines down 3%. We do have American Airlines reporting later this week. They are down 2.3% in anticipation. Nikola, Naked, Penn National Gaming, EXPI, PaySafe, Abbott, ChargePoint, Intercontinental, Workhorse, Express, all of these guys down about in that 2% range, 2 to 3% range. Delta's down 1.5%. Shift's down a bit. Keep in mind, Shift's also SPAC. Electromechanica down about 1%. Vuzi. Oh, by the way, got my glasses from Vuzi. I was on I don't know if their support was just closed or what, but I was on technical support with them for like an hour and a half yesterday, because when you put it on, the little projections are blurry. It wasn't just me, it was Lauren too, and she's got like perfect vision. I'm like, well, there's got to be a way to adjust the blurriness of the picture that it shows, like whether it just like puts it further away or closer or whatever, so I could see the darn thing better. And I there's no mention of that in the manual. There's no mention of blur anywhere in the manual because I downloaded it and did a command, Control F. There are no help articles on it, so I'm a little confused. So I emailed their tech support. We'll see if they get back to me today. But yeah, I was really excited about that. But the blur has been a little bit annoying. So I will let's see if they replied. Vuzix. Oh, not yet. It's the auto reply. But then again, I did send it at 6:31 p.m. yesterday. So anyway. So, all right, let's see. Somebody says HoloLens doesn't have that issue. Oh, okay. Well, interesting. All right. So I would wonder what makes that so different. Is the real estate course worthwhile for non-U.S. citizens? Generally, what I find with the real estate course is 90% applies internationally because it's so principles based. The negotiations, the what to look for, these things are very principles based. But yeah, you'll have to adjust things like loans and taxes. All right, what else do we have here? Zillow, GM, Gap, NGA. Gosh, it's just like this. You know what it feels like? It feels like most of the stocks, or a lot of stocks right now, are just sitting in like a Tesla battery that had an accident, just smoldering and slowly losing damage over time, like a character in Minecraft sitting in lava. Although that happens pretty fast. Tesla's flat though. Tesla was a little bit down in the pre-market, down as much of as 1/3%. Looks like Tesla's now bobbing around slightly positive to, well, they're basically bobbing around flat. Apple flat today ahead of their announcement day, potentially for a new iPad and some other devices. I'm still debating if it makes sense to do any kind of stream while that's going on. Who knows? We've got Affirm Holdings. I mean, these guys are basically flat. There's nothing going on over here. This is all flatness. Flatness. All right. So we do have the market opening up in about 2 minutes now, 2 minutes and 15 seconds. We've got, let's see, CNBC's on commercial. Let's jump on over and see what, oh, wow, they're talking about stocks. Let's listen in.
Political polarization, not to mention things overseas, Russia, China, Iran. How many hours do you have,
Yeah, but yeah, I've got 3, by the way. Let's not fill them all up with that. But I really am interested in these profit reports. Okay, you say that we're now expecting a 25% gain in profits. I've heard bigger numbers than that. It occurs to me
Yes.
that if you're coming in with that kind of profitability, that makes the underlying company more valuable, and therefore its stock price goes up. So I don't think we've yet reacted fully to these blowout profit reports.
I think you're right. 16 being in the quarter, now 25. I agree with you. It could be 30. The underlying economy, due to confidence levels picking up as the vaccinations continue, the mass amount of stimulus that's out there, the mass amount of cash that the individuals have to spend, all that's powering our economy. Our economic growth this year, Stuart, as you and I have talked before, is likely to be at least as good as it was since the early 1980s. It may be as strong as it's been since 1959.
Gosh.
We're having a blowout economy, and that's good for earnings. And as you just said, earnings are good for stock prices.
Real fast, Bob, does it bother you that a joke coin like Dogecoin, 1,000% since January the 1st?
Did you just hear that? He said junk coin.
It bothers me that I didn't have any.
An honest man.
Look, things move up like that because people expect them to move up. Momentum begets momentum, and that has to concern you. It's a little corner of the market. You got to watch it carefully.
Oh, did he say joke? Did he say joke coin or junk coin?
Those
Either
kinds of
way.
things are mini bubbles. They can come and they can continue without threatening the overall market. You keep one eye.
Okay, let's get the bell at CNBC.
David, you'll see Abbott down very big. They just got the approval. I think they would have
Where's
had a
the bell?
blowout with it. I think it's
Did you
really
just two for $24?
Yeah.
What?
Wow. Okay.
take it.
They were doing the bell.
When the market opens,
There
and
we
it is now.
go. Oh,
Ty!
oh, what happened?
No, you wouldn't just leave.
Oh no. Well, we heard the bell. The market's open. Yay. Oh, there it is. They were late.
Till now. So it would have made last quarter fantastic. So don't give up the ship, those who are blowing out Abbott. And we'll take this maybe during the break and see how we're doing.
Oh, that was weird. I wonder if they had like a weird delay at CNBC or something like that. That was so weird because Fox played it like 30 seconds before they did. That was bizarre. All right, joke, junk, whatever. Fox hitting the Doge a little bit. Doge is down about 4% from some of its highs here. It has been trying to break out of that 39-cent range that it was in. Let's go ahead and see what it did overnight. It did have a bit of a breakout leading up to a 420. Let's take a peek here. So leading up to 420. Look at that. See, we talked about this yesterday that if we break out of this sort of real, if we have a real breakout here, we could see a run, which we did end up seeing. But look at that. It basically retraced right back under the line, just like a scared little dog. But then it did start rocketing again. See, look at that. Then we had a more sustained gain, went to almost 43 cents, not all-time highs. But now we are back under that line. We keep retracing under the line. Not so good, especially on 420 Doge Day. Although in part, there have been expectations that today might be a little bit softer than expected, as people look at it as maybe it's the day to take profits. A lot of real short-term thinking is in Doge. Keep that in mind too. So the market's now open. Fisker's up 10.5%. It is red candle sticking after the start. Sundial 8.4%. Not quite sure what it wants to do yet. CRISPR's really moving on this news here. Up 7.18%. Nano Dimension up 7%. Microvision's up 6.3%. Ethereum's rebounding, and so is Bitcoin a bit. Maybe that's why coin is moving a little bit in the positive, or at least it was earlier in the pre-market. It's interesting with coin is it almost seems like coin gets traded along with the larger cryptocurrencies when coin is relatively price agnostic. The transaction fees, nobody cares if it's going up or down over at coin in terms of transaction revenue. I'm sure there are people invested in the actual cryptocurrencies that do care, but in terms of transaction revenue, it doesn't matter if it's going up or down. It's transactions are transactions. Enphase recovering about 2.2% here. Dave & Buster's up 2%. They keep rubber banding back to 44. Not doing bad. Look at Tesla trying to rebound here. Tesla and PayPal trying to make some moves. Tesla up. Plug Power getting ready to run a little bit. Yeah, Plug Power 1% on a green candlestick here. We have Square. I think I see PayPal here as well. PayPal, Upstart. Yeah, these guys just moving about 1%. Not a lot of enthusiasm. It's a relatively slow moving start. The enthusiasm right now is a little closer to Fisker. Keep in mind with Fisker has been a day trade stock too for a period of time. Fisker has been Fisker got day traded so hard that the darn thing ran from like $21 to $32 or $33 for a moment. And it was like a hot minute. And it just retraced so quickly. All right, what else do we have here? Ethereum, Bed Bath & Beyond. Bed Bath up 4%. Enphase, IBM, Zoms up 2%. BTC, Plug, Whirlpool, all these guys up about 2%. In that 1% to 2% range, we do have almost Tesla. We got Cheesecake, Tilray, Playboy. It's Playboy after that sell-off yesterday. Whirlpool, Cannabis ETF. Tesla really trying to move here. There we go. Yeah, Tesla's doing some nice green candlesticking today. Wonder if this is putting us back on that trajectory towards that 730, which is really where we were before the Austin accident. We were sitting somewhere around 730 for Tesla. Wouldn't be shocked if we push tentatively up to that 750-ish range. I'm not sure if we're going to go back to those highs that we've recently seen around that 777. Those were brief, momentary highs that we had. All right, what else do we have here? Upstart, Tootsie, NASDAQ, Tilray. These guys only about 0.5% now. It looks like Cannabis gave it up real fast. Cannabis like, yeah. Hey, 420 rally. And market opens. The market's like, yeah, no. Clover now down 7%, with Virgin Galactic also following roughly at 7%. Marathon, and where's Riot today? Marathon and the Bitcoin miners just continuously getting killed here. Riot Blockchain down 2.8%, with Marathon down 4.7%. It's interesting, and even MP Materials down again now under 29, about actually under 28.50 now. EXPI sitting around $33. Arcimoto around $10. Cheapest I've seen Arcimoto in a long time. Golly, that's got to be a low for FUV. Let's see here. FUV. Let's zoom out on Arcimoto, see what's going on. So, yeah, and even $10. My goodness, it's gotten beat up. Oh, somebody says Matterport just released an Android app. That's awesome. Gosh, yeah, it looks like this really started running at the election. That's when we had Arcimoto run like crazy. And it's heading back to where it came from. Woo! Rough run. All right, what else do we have here? Pinterest, Etsy, Nordstrom, Poshmark, all these guys down about 1%. Posh has been beat up for a very, very long period of time. And if we zoom out here, we take a look at Posh, we see this thing, it's basically been IPO to gutter. It's crazy. Really, really crazy. I mean, it just shows you that even the hedgies and the institutions mispriced a lot of IPOs. I mean, Posh just getting destroyed. But also, C3AI is part of that. Affirm is another one part of that. I mean, these are the IPOs that are just like, whoo, that's pain. Now, Coin is a little different because it's a DPO. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be negative today. Yeah, there it is, down 1.7. Hey, going to my 320. The reason Coin's a little bit different is because you've really just got insiders who have been able to dump shares. Now, obviously, traders who have it are able to dump shares as well. But the big benefit there with Coin is you don't have that dilution coming up again in the future. It was essentially anyone is able to. There was no lockup coming, right? No lockup expiration. Anyone who was able to sell day one, which usually with an IPO, get a little bit more hype around the initial until the lockups. Depending on the stock, Snowflake kind of blew through some of its lockups, but now it's trading way lower than where it used to be. I mean, remember, Snow was like one of the most hyped up IPOs I always thought this stock should have had a 1 in the front, like a 190s kind of pricing, maybe a little bit more reasonable. But the thing after IPO, I mean, look at just the trajectory of what it did. I mean, it went from IPO day where it closed around, I think it went to like 320 during the day, closed at 262, bobbed around a little bit around the 250s, ran up to 429 in December. And it's been down and consolidating since then. Lots of consolidation in this market. Peloton pretty much flat right now in the market open here. Dogecoin sitting around 39 cents. We got Fisker, Nano Dimension starting a little bit of a run again here. Let's take a peek at this. That looks, yeah. Nano Dimension's just all of a sudden running. Microvision came out of nowhere too. Microvision, Nano Dimension, Fisker just starting to run out of really nowhere here. Upstart trying to start running. Looks like Tesla's trying to catch up as well. Some nice green candles over here on Tesla. I mean, this is some much needed relief, having a little bit of green here. We've got Enphase 3%. Yeah, I mean, geez. We've got this. Somebody says, so someone says that Enphase. You're excited that Enphase is going up, man. You wish you got the stock, dude. 3%'s nothing, man. Like, there's still plenty of time to get on a beautiful Enphase under 150. It's a bargain basement here. I agree with Goldman. Remember Goldman? They put out a piece that Enphase might be one on their list that could really run in earnings. It wouldn't shock me. I mean, this earnings season, I hope, is just going to be the biggest vindication. Now, I'm personally preparing for this sideways consolidating market through September, October. And so I am being a little bit more pessimistic. I'm hoping my expectations get beaten. But there's a lot of hopium in the market right now. So, yeah, no, Enphase is just, I feel like it's just such a deal right now. It's one of my favorites. Mostly just because of the solar revolution we know is coming, and we know has already started. Yeah, but even people even discount the solar revolution over at Tesla. Solar just not sexy right now. Hey, but Sundial's almost at $1. Look at that, 9938. And we just gotta get Doge up here too. What's the Doge doing? Then we'll jump on over to some CNBC, and we'll also see what the terminal's doing. We'll see what the top news is today. Doge dropping a little bit right here in the AM. Ran down to about that 37 cents, sitting around 39 right now. Let's peek on over. Let's see what CNBC's got for us. We'll grab the terminal as well.
I know in corporate America who are watching and don't understand corporate America, at that age, you're done. You either leave or you're done.
Right. Well, he's got enough runway ahead of him. No pun.
Oh my God. To
thank you to land another job as a CEO. But if you hang in there a couple more years,
it's going to be a soft landing, not a crash landing.
You get into your late 50s, then you're kind of, it gets tough.
You're done.
It gets tough.
You're never moving. And it was time for Greg.
Yeah.
And remember, he was the CEO for what?
20 minutes. 20 minutes. IBM. Jim was right though, Carl. People like that IBM up almost 4% this morning.
There you go.
So, yeah.
Carl, the IBM number.
Yeah, let's go ahead and pop for a moment to Fox. Let's see what we got over here.
Pull up anchor. So when will America's cruise industry finally be able?
Nothing.
Credit Suisse went to 165 today. And by the way, guys, on the rail story, new all-time highs for KSU, CSX, and Norfolk. Let's get to Bob Pisani. Hey, Bob.
Good morning, Carl. And general risk off again today, second day in a row. But remember, we're up almost 5% for the month of April. So take a look at the sectors. Tech, mega cap tech is sort of split evenly. They're holding up fine. Banks have been flattish ever since the earnings season started.
Flattish? Have they been watching me, Kevin? Somebody's asking why the airlines are doing this. What are the airlines doing? The airlines are falling. Well, it's because of United's earnings yesterday. United's earnings yesterday, we read them live. They were crap. They were not good. And so, you've really got a pullback here in what looks like almost all the airlines. You've got United, American. Where's Spirit? Even Spirit's coming down. Spirit's coming down a bit here. Yeah, we're really seeing You know, what's interesting to me is potentially peak recovery, a peak recovery trade. So at Spirit, you don't quite see it yet. You just see sort of a softening in the run, right? Which is not bad. But let's see what we see. Let's look at some recovery stocks here. So we've got United. Yeah, okay, starting to kind of see peak recovery. Yeah, peak recovery. Okay, kind of slowly trading down. Macy's, consolidating. Can't really say, I mean, obviously you could say that this was peak recovery, but it's not really falling like some of those others are. Let's look at some other recovery stocks. I'm curious about this because recovery had such a massive rotation into it. But those United earnings or numbers were not so good. Same thing happened with the Nordstrom. Walgreens kind of a mixed bag because you got the vaccine play built into it, and so you got a lot of traders, in my opinion, moving into Walgreens and Right because of vaccine plays. Although then, honestly, you may as well be part of the grocery stores and Target too. All right, what else we have? We've got Beyond Meat 134. I'm looking for more recovery plays. DoorDash is really a stay at home. Let's see. More recovery plays. Lululemon. I think. Lulu's really been selling down for a while, huh? Yeah, since September. Oh my gosh, it almost $400 in September. That's not a very clear recovery play though. Let's get another recovery. Somebody says I almost got filled on coin? My goodness. Where is some more recovery? I don't know. I know Dave & Buster's would be another one. CCL, we can look at that. Let's see. Yeah, Dave & Buster's not bad, but also kind of hit its peak there around 51. CCL, let's see what we got over here. Yeah, CCL kind of hit its peak around the 36. It does beg the question. I don't know. Let me see what they're saying here.
Important technical levels. Look at a 3-day of 10s. What you want to pay particularly close attention to, of course, is how it broke out above 160. Now it's back below, trying to get back above 160. If you open the chart up only to February and March, what a run Treasuries had. They really zoomed. But when you add in the current month, you can see we're more in a consolidation mode. Now, granted, the retracements haven't been large. The lowest intraday trade that we've had since we had the high settlement at 174 has been 152. So we really want to watch this pivotal area of 160, 161 on a closing basis. Yesterday, as in baseball, tie went to the runner, so it settled right on.
Yeah, let's go back to the charts. Yeah. Hilton, that's another good one. Hilton, that reminds me of Wynn or Marriott. Let's take a look at these. Hilton's actually doing pretty well. Hilton, yeah, I mean, very well. I mean, it's been flat since February, but it hasn't really come down. Let's see, Marriott. Same thing with Marriott. Looks like the hotels have just been consistent. Yeah, not bad. So not really. You can't really call it a rotation out of recovery yet. But I'll say it here, and I've said it before, but if there's going to be, a big earnings smash this earnings season, I lean towards that smash being in tech over recovery. Now, you could be wrong. Of course, I could be wrong. But I just wouldn't be surprised to see some of the greatest tech earnings we've seen in a very long time, followed by relatively depressing reopening earnings reports on recovery plays. We'll see. We don't know, but all eyes are going to be on earnings. That's for sure. We do have earnings again. We will cover earnings today at market close. We'll get another good set of earnings. I actually think maybe is Netflix reporting today? Let me take a look at it really quick. Let's see what we got for Tuesday. So for Tuesday, pull it up. All right, let's see what we got. So we have Verizon, Halliburton, Anthem. We got some other ones here: Nextera, Ericsson, First Horizon, Baker Hughes, Cambridge, Lithium Motors, Signature Bank, Rogers Communication. Okay, now where are the big names? Not a lot of big names today, huh? So First Bancorp. Okay, well, okay, yeah, maybe a little bit. So maybe Netflix was tomorrow then. Yeah, Verizon's probably the big. Oh wait, I'm on Wednesday. Hold on, I want Tuesday. Pretty sure I clicked Tuesday. Oh well, losing my mind. There we go. There we go. Johnson & Johnson, Lockheed Martin, Procter & Gamble, AutoNation, Philip Morris, Travelers. There's going to be another recovery indication for you. So if you're in recovery plays, you wanted to not only watch the United earnings, but now you want to watch the travel earnings like Travelers. See that not necessarily profitability, but how many people are actually traveling. What else here? Sandstorm, more. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So it'll be interesting. Some interesting things coming today. On 420. Where are all the marijuana companies? You think they'd be reporting earnings today? No. Just no. Companies totaling more than $1 billion. The life cycle of SPACs is riddled with perverse incentives for investors, sponsors, and the companies using them to shortcut to come to the market. Ooh, lot of SPAC negativity lately. SPAC and most recent issuance will be no different, he says. The SPAC phenomenon will end badly and leave many casualties. This sounds like somebody who's just literally hoping to Bill Ackman SPACs right now, short them to the ground. You know what we should do is we should look up the short interest on SPACs right now, because this sounds like a weenie baby short seller right here. Billionaire wasn't holding back the SPAC structure. Could we design it? Blah 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 blah. Okay, how much is he shorting? All right. Okay. The firm owns or has owned almost every SPAC on the long side, and now is also betting on their prices to collapse. Oh, we have increasing exposure on the short side as SPACs go X deal and lower a caliber of and the lower caliber of deals, even potential for best. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's pull up short interest here, because you got the hedgies going nuts with shorts right now, just nuts with shorts. Yeah, that's a bummer. I don't know why it'd be have a little bit of lag there. Sorry about that. So the conversation is right now is surrounding SPAC shorts. All right, let's see what we got going on. Let's pull up shorts. Is it still bad? Breaking up? Good now? I hear good now. Its sound is cutting out. Okay, give me 1 sec. I'll just. How's that? Is that better? Okay. All right, let me know how this is. All right, so let's see what we got. Apps. App portal. Let's get to the black app. Let's see, which one's my favorite? Where is it? Where is it? This doesn't look familiar. Better? Good. All right, we just need to refresh. All right, we need to get the black app. Where is it today? I can't find it. Okay. App portal. Here we go. All right, let's get the short. Let's try to get the short interest data at least. I don't know why it's a little challenging today. All good now. Really? Just needed my apps. I don't know. Maybe. Oh, my apps might be an easy way to do it. Thank you for that. Thank you for that suggestion. Oh, hey, look at that. We got ourselves a Bloomberg Pro over here. I do use Ethernet for live streams. Yeah, I don't know why. What's happening? Is well, no, we are Etherneted in. Yeah. Oh. All right. Let's look up the shorts on some SPACs here. Okay. Give me some SPAC names here. What do we want to look up the short interest on? Give me some names here. Somebody says just refresh, and then any potential lag goes away. Well, I hope that's Vision. Let's try it. MVIS. Oh, CCIV. That's a good one. So what do we got? Microvision is at 17.62%. You can kind of look right here where the mouse is. Okay, I'm moving that now. All right, let's do another one. Let's do CCIV. We're at 16.9% short on Churchill. Yeah, TTCF. 16.3% short. Yeah, I mean these are substantial short positions relative to what we have seen. Matterport. Yeah, let's do it. The SPACs have not been shorted this much in a while, but you've got like, it's almost like all the suits got together and go, you know, it'd be a good way for us to make some profit. Let's all short SPACs and then go in the media and talk about how they suck. That's kind of what it's been feeling like. So the short percentage as a percentage of float is only 2.95% on Matterport. Low. Open Door has been getting whacked as well. Fisker's at $14 now. Nice run. Yeah, 17.8% over here on Open Door. Let's do FSR. All right, let's try it here. FSR. Let's see what we got. We got 20.5%. Yeah, a lot of this 17 to 20% on some of these. Let's try Tesla. Let's see what happened with Tesla shorts. All right. Oh, Go EV. There's another one. Only 5.9% on Tesla. Been relatively flat. SPAC. Completed SPAC. Let's do Go EV. 21.8% short. Wow. Yeah, you're definitely seeing some short attacks here. Let's try Arcimoto. All right. Let's see here. Arcimoto is 26.5% short. Jeez. Yeah, let's do... Did we do CCIV yet? I'm pretty sure we did CCIV. Palantir, that's a good one. HIMS, sure. We got only 4.5% on Palantir. Yeah, Palantir is like a favorite. That doesn't really get shorted. HIMS and hers. HIMS at 13.75%. We'll look at Nano Dimension, although Nano Dimension is just killing it right now. Nano. What else we got? C3AI. Oh, that's not a bad idea to look at like a firm and C3AI. Only 5.3% on Nano. Let's look at AI. What's a... So UWMC and Rocket. Oh my gosh, yeah. 20% there on C3AI. UWMC. 13%. Ooh, Riot and Marathon. Riot. Let's try those. Riot's only at 14.9%. Maybe because it's had such a massive sell-off already. What's Marathon doing? Marathon at 13.6%. My goodness. The pain in the market is crazy. Only 2.9% short on Enphase. Did we do Palantir? Yeah, we did Palantir because that's a favorite. Yeah, let's look at IPOE. Ooh, the Chamath SPACs. Not a bad idea. Oh, 29.8% short on the Chamath IPOE. Ouch. Let's look at FRX. There's another one that just went basically down to pipe value. 18.8%. It's been going up. SFT. 11.4%. Wow. And IDX, sure. IDX. All right, let's just do a couple more. 10.88% here. All right, we'll look at like maybe a Neo. Oh, and ChargePoint. Neo and ChargePoint. Okay, hold on. I forgot what's ChargePoint. Is that CHPT? I'm pretty sure it's CHPT. CHPT. It's only 6%. ACTC. Another Chamas back. I think they're just getting shorted like crazy right now. 16%, not so bad. Virgin Galactic, it's not a bad one. All right, we're gonna stop now. 21.3%. I mean, these numbers have certainly trended up in the last 2 months, and that's what we're seeing. Seeing that the shorts are really just shorting almost everything to be prepared for potential earnings disappointment. We've got Airlines, Posh. There's Voyager again. Just we gotta wait for some earnings over at Voyager. But Coinbase did not help Voyager at all. What else do we have? Coinbase is at 2.19. Etsy down 2%. Lots of red. Pinterest 1.55. Decline here. What's really running right now? It's Nano. Look at Nano. Keep trying to kick butt here. Yeah, it is too. Nano's kicking butt. Tesla's up 2.4%. That cleanup news. Enphase up 3.8%. Okay, so that's good. Bitcoin all of a sudden up 3% here. Square coming back 2.5%. Neo's trying to crawl back. Let me get rid of the Churchill Capital warrants here. It's confusing. There we go. Romeo Power a little bit. Matterport 0.66%. Churchill barely moving. 0.15% here. But really, Fisker, even BNGO. BNGO kind of took off here. Not bad. Nice little run there on BNGO. Let's listen to this. Talking about earnings.
Analysts were anticipating revenue coming in below estimates as well, amid higher fuel costs, a 30% spike quarter on quarter, and still dampened demand due to the pandemic. You can see those shares are down about 6.5%. Lastly, Johnson & Johnson beating on earnings, helped by a rebound in medical devices as well as strong pharmaceutical shares. Those shares are up about 1% right now, David.
Well, also a big deal that you are, of course, I know, interested in as well, Morgan. We call it an overbid, and boy, is it ever. Canadian National coming to play here, trying to compete and outcompete, of course, a deal already in place with Canadian Pacific, one of its rivals, to acquire Kansas City Southern. The new deal, well,
all right, let's move for a moment. See what we got over here.
Feared with the legal system and threaten more violence. Enter House Minority Leader, Republican Kevin McCarthy.
Politics.
He plans to introduce a censure motion. Before you...
Drama. Lots of drama. Always drama.
Struggling with this narrative around yields. Why yields down? Was it a technical move last week? Was that a dollar? Do we get a reaction of that from the dollar? I don't know. I'm struggling with the narrative, but we've got the right person to try and give us a sense of direction here. Mark McCormick, TD Securities Global Head of FX Strategy, is here to help. Mark, where are we going with the dollar? There does seem to have been this period in which the dollar confounded so many, started to reverse now a little bit. Does that stick?
Yeah, I think the next move is lower, and I think that's clear for April. I think what we're trying to figure out here is I think what markets have tried to do is extrapolate two themes that are blending together. And 2020 was all about the so-called global reflation trade, and 2021 has been all about U.S. exceptionalism. I do think that what we've seen is markets try to extrapolate extreme points from each of those narratives. So starting the year, I think the market was wrong in the dollar because it tried to extrapolate global reflation and missed the signs that were coming through that the U.S. economy was doing much better than expected. But I feel like we're making the same mistake now, which is essentially extrapolating U.S. exceptionalism. You can't have an exceptional dollar with the Fed basically working with a new policy mix as it relates to average inflation targeting. And I think that's a big view that we have here, is that we've gotten really good data. We've got, strength of the U.S. recovery, but we've got the Fed who's basically saying we're not going to move rates on that. We're going to let the economy run hot. And that's a backdrop of an improving global economy. And as Fed on the sidelines, it's not great for the dollar right now.
So from that perspective, what's leading what? I mean, is the Fed leading the dollar, leading yields, or is it yields reflecting that Fed story that then leads the dollar?
I think it's a great question, because I think it's the yield move was a validation of the pickup in the global economy. And what we didn't see in late 2020 was a validation that the global economy was rebounding. And our models have showed that non-US global growth expectations have risen quite substantially in Q1, just not at the pace of the US. So the sell-off in bond yields was a validation that the global economy was moving in the right direction, which fits into the vaccine trade, which is basically, it's a global phenomenon. the U.S. had basically advanced faster than other major economies, along with the U.K. And now, Q2 and Q3 is really about the catch-up trade, because this is a global expansion. It's a cyclical recovery. You talked about commodities as well. And so all these factors are playing together. And so, a big part of it is that move in rates was not just a U.S. move in Q1. If you look at EM yields, if you look at EM central banks, they were much more hawkish than expected, largely because, again, what we kind of need here is a validation that the global economy is moving in the right direction. So yields are moved to essentially rise what was going on in the global economy, but now they've backed off a little bit because they priced in what they needed to.
Do you think the global economy is looking good? I want to come back to this theme of US exceptionalism. You look at what's happening in India, it doesn't look good. There's headlines out right now about what's happening in Russia. The EMA also out with details confirming a causal link in terms of what is happening with the J&J vaccine. J&J vaccine, rare clotting.
We're going to pull down off that. Yeah, I mean, he's not wrong. I mean, how can the dollar rise substantially when you've got the Fed printing it away? Now we'll see. We'll see. The Fed's all right. They're still talking about KC Southern. Let's go ahead and go to the sticks. Okay, so BNGO, Fisker, Microvision, really good runs here. Even CRISPR still moving nicely. Quantum actually coming back following some real selling off there. Let's look at Quantum on the day chart here. Yeah, oh gosh, yeah, it's pretty dang low right now. $31, $33 right now. Yeah, this is a nice somewhat recovery in some of the stocks that have sold straight down. You've got Square here. Square's been, I would say, out of all of them, Square's actually been doing pretty dang well here. Let's see what else we have here. Okay. By the way, should we cover the Apple event? Do it together and kind of react to it live? That could be kind of fun. If you're interested in that, let me know. You can do it. But anyway, let's keep focusing on the sticks here. Tesla sitting around 2% here. Yeah, it looks like it had its little morning run, and now it's exhausted. So, okay. Well, yep. Lots of yeses on the Apple event. Oh, okay. Right. And then you ask and you shall receive. So, all right. What else we got going on here? So, what do we have, folks? What do we have in this market other than more pain, doom, and gloom? I didn't know the thumbnail for this was all messed up. Oh, I gotta fix that. Oh yeah, no thumbnail came up. There we go. Looks like nobody even cared. I could just do no thumbnail. That's funny. Didn't even realize that until just now. All right. Yeah, Tesla pulling back a little bit here. Matterport trying to come up 1.5%. This is pretty familiar right now. Everything kind of just bobbing around these lower levels here. See a comment here. Did I get spooked? Why am I not buying? I'm not buying as heavily right now because I've done a lot of heavy buying. And personally, I believe that it's possible we could sit in these sort of more doldrum times a lot longer than we might like to, which makes me more interested in getting under 20% margin, which almost there. And then I feel like I'll have the leash off a little bit again, where you start doing a little bit more buying again. Keep in mind when you buy, you're adding to your equity, which can help you reduce your margin as well. So like if you have new money coming in and you use that to buy, that can help you as well, as long as you're not using margin. So like if you make a deposit and you use that to buy with, that helps you reduce your overall margin percentage. So, okay, let's see here. What do we got over here? They're talking about Apple. Let's listen to that for a moment.
Are looking forward, which is typically what investors do for any stock. They're looking at a high valuation relative to history, and looking into next year, they're coming off a pretty strong iPhone cycle this year and very strong iPad and Mac sales because of the pandemic. And so, there is some nervousness that Apple's growth rate will materially decelerate next year, and in fact, could potentially even be negative next year. And so the question is, at a relatively high historical valuation after a great run in 2021, what's sort of the catalyst to push Apple higher going forward? And I think
sounds like a short seller.
The underperformance. I think more broadly, we've generally seen high quality stocks not fare as well as recovery or value oriented stocks this year, and Apple certainly falls in that high quality category.
Hey, Tony, you mentioned the pandemic and what that has done to sales of at least computers. There have been some on the street who are actually lifting their PC forecast as IT budgets get rejiggered, as companies figure out how they're going to have more employees ostensibly.
Yeah, rejigger them employees. Okay, so Nano Dimension said Tuesday it has signed a definitive agreement to acquire DeepCube, a company involved in machine learning. Deep learning. Okay. Nano Dimension said it would pay shareholders $40 million in cash, $30 million in shares. Okay. DeepCube technology applies algorithms to improve data analysis and deployments of advanced deep learning based AI. Machine learning applications include faster and more accurate training of deep learning models. Drastically improves inference performance and real-time metrics. Okay, forgive me, Nano Dimensions produces 3D printers for circuit boards. Maybe I'm not seeing the connection. Maybe I'm not seeing it. I don't know. Maybe somebody has an engineering background and can help me understand that a little bit. Machine learning for Nano Dimension. The stock's rallying on it, but I feel like, honestly, any news, the CEO comes out and goes, things are going great, run. We're going to buy a company, run. Doesn't even matter what it is. I don't know. Maybe I just don't see the connection. So somebody here, Apple is introducing a new product line service today, and rumors are that they're pushing Apple Glass and an Apple Car in the near future. Yet this guy thinks their growth will be negative. Yep, pretty much. I have an engineering background. Ask. Yes, please do tell me why you would buy an AI company as a company that manufactures 3D printers. It's hard to design 3D printed circuits. Really? So what, you'd use AI to design the circuits? I mean, maybe. I don't know. Hey, Lemonade's almost at 80. Good. Do I think coin has become a bellwether for similar stocks? Maybe. So matte black AirPods, that'd be cool. Let's see. 3D printing can use a lot of machine learning. Improves design, reduces waste. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's true. AI is in a lot of software, but we call everything that's machine learning AI these days. And machine learning is often only as good as how we train it, right? So, I mean, maybe that is why they bought a company. Maybe they have a very well-trained algorithm. I mean, I'm sure there's a reason. I'm not doubting the reason. I'm just, I guess I kind of am I shouldn't say I'm doubting why they made the decision. I'm questioning what the reason is. Yeah, see, James here says, I have an engineering background and I have no idea why they would do that. Software is Nano Dimension's biggest problem. I mean, I disagree with that. I think the biggest problem is that 3D printing is slow, and they're not going to get 3D printing to massive scale. It's really great for one-offs. Now, I will agree that probably the next issue is probably also having better software. I mean, that's also probably a very good thing, especially if people are going to want to design their one-offs with ease. So I could see that, like of the people who have the machines, if they're dealing with crappy software, then that'd be a big problem. Then you don't get reorders. Okay, so maybe that could be right. So somebody here says they bought Doge at $5.70. Should I add money to my holdings, or will that hurt me? Well, you got to make your own decision on that. I mean, that's rough. What are they at now? Let's see. Doge. Chrysler. Wasn't it Chrysler Dodge? I don't know anything about this. Hold on. Isn't it Chrysler Dodge? Chrysler, isn't it? Let's see. Didn't they merge at some point? Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge. These are just the dealerships. What did you buy? Are you talking Dodge? Or are you talking about something else? Or are you talking Doge? Yeah, I think he means Doge. Doge. Oh. Okay, Doge. I'm like, what? I haven't heard anybody talk about Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge in a very long time. Margin debt is mooning. Do you think hedge funds are trying to pay back to you? Well, yeah, I mean, that's what we talked about this weekend. We should get a new FINRA report this weekend, by the way. I'm sorry, no, tomorrow. New FINRA report tomorrow on the amount of margin outstanding in the last month. And so I think we will see a negative. You know, the new Dodge Charger, Fiat Chrysler. Dodge equals Fiat Chrysler now. Ah, it is that. Okay. Okay, yeah, I haven't paid attention to that at all. So, Doge. I don't know what you should do with your Doge. You know, I've had many live streams with my recommendations on Doge. You watch those in terms of what to do. But we can look at the actual chart right now. Let's see here. The issue is, let's put it this way. The issue with Doge right now is if today ends up being a sell the news event, you wonder, is today going to be a potential catalyst for Doge falling, right? That is, people decide, oh, well, don't worry. Like maybe right now it's like, don't worry, 420 still young. Don't worry. The run is coming. You know, it's coming. The high is coming at some point later today. And as that, if that, I mean, hopefully that comes true. If that does not manifest, it begs the question, are we going to potentially see a pullback in Doge? Like a larger pullback? I don't know. You know, if people are waiting for today to kind of get out of Doge and take some profits, and they're waiting for that run, if it doesn't manifest, then maybe at some point you get capitulation. Oh, we don't know. We'll see. We look at the trends. So let's go trends.google.com. Dogecoin. All right. Good. Okay, good. So over the 12-month chart, we do have a higher trend than we had in January. We expected that to come. We just haven't been seeing it on the 12. Yeah, the 30-day, we've got a decline. So we've got our inflection point. Yeah, really there, 16th, 17th. That's when it stopped going trending on Twitter, too. 7 days. 7 days kind of moving up a little bit because of 420, I feel like. But also not great. Let's look at the past day. Yeah. No real trend action. So not excellent. No, certainly hoping that we get a little bit of a rebound in the trends there, but Doge is very trend driven. Keep in mind, by the way, I tweeted yesterday. Look what I retweeted. Somebody shared this with me in the not notification. Somebody shared this with me in the course. Take a look at this. Newegg. We're considering accepting payment as a payment option. Retweet if you want this to happen. I retweeted it. I wanted to succeed. Don't get me wrong. Just yeah. Just want to be a little careful too. All right. See, AI will be used to link the printers together in a network to run data to increase efficiency. Okay. DeepCube scientists and engineers, AI / experts, veterans of defense agencies, Homeland Securities, big government data agencies. Aha. Yeah, Nano Dimension is a big provider for government and research. Huh, interesting. Did they just make it official? Oh, sweet. Let's take a look. See, the thing about them is there's potentially a lower currency risk. I got to thinking about it. Maybe there's less of a currency risk when you accept something like Doge, because probably what these guys do is they just instantly convert it to USD at the time of checkout. Yep, we're now accepting Doge. Look at that. On 420, they announced it. Now accepting Doge via BitPay. That's cool. Really? Let's try it. New egg. I mean, I don't have BitPay. Oh, by the way, today is the expiration of that buy the dip auction, the NFT auction, which you could see by going to rarible.com/realmeatkevin. That expires today. But I don't know. Let's go look for something. I don't know. What do we want to look for? Let's go to India GTX. Let's see if we can find something here. All right. I don't know. Let's go highest price just for giggles. I just want to see it in Doge. All right. Let's see. Here we go. Asus. All right. Can I check out with let's see. It seems like I feel like they've gotten a little more addy. A little more ad heavy on their website. Yeah, Allstate popping up on their checkout. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of this popping up going on. Okay, secure checkout. Oh, continue. No guest checkout. What is this crap? Oh. Oh well, I wanted to see it. I believe him. I'll just have to believe him. Let's go back to the sticks. All right, let's do that. Sticks. All right. Pfizer in a German accent. I don't even know how they would say that. Wouldn't it just be the same thing? I've actually never heard Pfizer said in German. Oops. Didn't mean to put that up. Thoughts on the Mercedes EQS? I think it's awesome. I think it's great. I think it's needed competition. It's good. All right. So what do we got here? Nano's holding on, but also selling off a little bit. Fisker's selling off a little bit now. BNGL selling. Oh, great. Now everything's selling off again. What is this crap? What is this crap market? Tesla's the only thing that's actually still moving here to the up. So even Enphase started its consolidation a little bit. Square 2%. Man, this makes me just want to log off and play RuneScape. This is just garbage market. That's what it is. It's almost as garbage as Kevin O'Leary saying there's something wrong with wearing 2 Apple Watches. You don't have to talk to Kevin O'Leary. You have to have a conversation about how he's missing out on the Tesla. How Tesla is secretly an index fund. And secretly, I just have, if you divide Tesla into 8 different stocks, I've got 5% in each. He ain't gonna want to hear that. No, I like Kevin O'Leary. Don't get me wrong. I like him. I like his strong opinions too. I think they're awesome. Those are fun conversations to have. Oh, he got me cracking. He got me cracking up when he was talking about just delist every Chinese company. I'm like, wow, that's a strong statement. I thought it was a great interview. Do a German speaking course. How can I do a German speaking course when I've never gone to school for German? I couldn't do that. I still screw up German. I speak it, but I screw it up. Fitzer? They say they pronounce. Is it really? Feitzer? No, really? No, I don't believe. Really? I don't know about that. I don't believe that. U.S. federal government is going to delist Chinese companies. I don't know. You know, yeah, I prefer this. How about this? Let's just delist everything for 2 years, and then we'll come back, okay? Let's just take a 2-year vacation and come back. Would I sell May 5th 740 Tesla calls? Only if I wanted to dump my Tesla shares. Because you're about to get exercised on that. Yeah, no selling calls for me. You know, I was actually looking at it. I was playing with it a little bit the other day. I'm like, what if I sold some Tesla calls? And I'm like, really? That's all I would get for basically probably liquidating my shares? No, thank you. It wasn't that juicy. You really have to go out of the money, and then you're not getting that big of a credit. So, yeah, Doge back to 37 here. Someone says they're bag holding Canoe. Look, if you're in any SPAC, you're bag holding right now. SPACs are just getting destroyed, and I really think it's the short attacks from the hedgies. And so you got to ask yourself, do you want to give in to the hedgies? You're going to give in to the hedgies? Or you're going to be strong and hold through the flames? It's like walking through the lava in Minecraft on creative mode. You got to go through it to get to the other side. Retail investors are expecting a heavy boom in financial markets. That's why institutions are now doing the most to stall so that we sell. Sure. Give them cheaper prices and let their shorts pay off. I'm telling you, these hedgies are weenie babies. Absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. All right. But yeah, no, there's lots of red. So Doge still trending a little bit down here. Now down about 30. Let's go back to the 5-minute. We're on the minute candlestick here. It could be a little unreliable. Let's zoom out a little bit. Okay, what are we getting here? Yeah, I mean we're now consistently trading under our 40 center here. Gotta keep an eye on that one. Yeah, lots of red. Tesla's still trying to move up. Hey, Enphase over 3% here. All right, what else do we have? Do we have any other news? Is there more news? Somebody find some news, please. It's just a little boring. Here, state of the cannabis industry. Okay, yeah, that sounds fun.
Parlay them into the U.S. market once legalization happens. You know, there was too many to grow. There was over 500 licenses given out. There was multiple brands. There was a slow start on opening stores. In the way you could advertise the product, you know, the Canadian government, stopped a lot of that. So with that, listen, Aphria today is the largest cannabis company in Canada. With the combination of the two companies, we'll have close to a 20% market share. You know, my objective is to grow us to a 30% market share. The other thing is, as we look to enter into, edibles and drinks and other products, the knowledge what we have learned over the last 3 years, and to be able to bring that into the U.S. will be tremendous for us. And again, it's the unknown out there. We keep talking about Safe Bank Act, and you heard what Vivian said, there'll be changes to that. We keep talking about legalization. We don't know what legalization will look like once it does happen.
Aaron, one last question before we let you go on this 420. We're talking a lot about legalization, but one thing that we don't really talk a lot about is the illicit market. The illicit market has a very well-developed supply chain, well-developed customer base. How do legal operators overcome that and get people to change from buying from their weed dealer or having delivery done from an illicit source to going to a legal source?
Another good question, and that is one of the big things in Canada. And one of the things you have seen, whether it was the alcohol industry where they had bootleggers, and how did they get rid of all them when they legalized it?
Somebody's tweeting, Aphria CEO looks like he's partaking in some of his inventory.
Product that he knows he's buying a product that's safe, and what is the potency level. The other thing is you're managing retail prices. So with that today, when you have a lot of outlets that sell the product, you have brands out there. And Frank, what's going to happen is the cannabis business is going to be a consumer packaged good business. No different than you're going to talk about P&G in a little while, the Nestle's, the Unilevers. And you're going to see, the big consumer packaged good guys into this. You're going to see drug companies into this. So it's going to continuously be a big business, but it will be about branding. It will be about quality. It will be about regulatory. And it will be about the companies that put all those processes in place that can really grow this into the $100+ billion industry that's projected.
Erwin, go ahead and enjoy a 420 beer today. Thank you so much for being here on 420. We appreciate it.
I will.
Erwin Simon, the CEO of Aphria.
A 420 beer? Is there cannabis infused beer? Cannabis beer. Oh my goodness. Hazy IP. What? Really? Oh man, they just have everything now. Look at that. 8.2% ABV IPA with the OG haze. Oh my God. Oh man. It's a market, that's for sure. All right. So let's see what else is going on. All right. Let's see. Varnes? You got anything, Varnes? Varnes got nothing. They got nothing. Nothing. All right. How about Bloomberg? Do we have anything? No, they're all on commercial. This is boring. There's nothing going on. How about top news? Do we have anything in the top news? Lagunitas. This market calls for an OG beer. Oh, man. You start doing OG beer live streams. That'd be bad. I didn't say that. So, all right, what do we got over here? Treasury shorts pile up as traders eye reflation. Roar, the shorts. Gonna be another short squeeze. Ay. Okay, what else do we have here? Let's see. COVID shows polarized U.S. politics kills. Delays exit. Oh, yeah, no kidding. Politics have slowed this. Goldman on both sides in many respects. But I'm not going to get into debating. Venmo to allow customers to buy and hold. Really? Well, Venmo's owned by PayPal. Venmo is coming to, wow, crypto trading is coming to a Venmo feed near you. Really? That'd be cool. Oh, just Venmo me some BTC? That's awesome. Especially if they can link it to your phone number. That'd be so convenient. If you could just have like a linked wallet address to your phone number on Venmo. And it's like, oh yeah, here's some BTC or whatever. That's smart. Oh, I like that. That's really good. I like that a lot. Jeez. All right. I don't know. Anything else? That's cool. But otherwise, I tell you, lack of news. The only news is the Weenie Babies are shorting everything now. That's it. That's all we got. Weenie Babies are short everything. Enphase and Tesla and Square recovering today with Matterport up a little bit. Gosh, it's so juicy at $12. Oh, man. So juicy. Doge. Uh-oh. What's happening with the Doge? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Where's our song? Gotta play I'm Free. Yeah. Yeah. All right, let's see what's going on here. Doge is this is not good. I am concerned about this. I'm legitimately concerned that today is going to be a sell the news day. And I'm not saying that to be anti-Doge here. I'm saying that to be well, let's put it this way. It's not uncommon for you to have a sell the news. It happens at Tesla like all the time. Nikola falls below $10 for the first time. Whoa. Yikes. Although that is one SPAC I have to say kind of deserves to fall under $10. Like if there's any SPAC that should be getting the poopy doopied, that's that one. Mm-hmm. Who let the Doge out? Oh my gosh. I would not teach anyone how to short sell. I think short selling is very, 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 very dangerous. Yeah, Doge right now on the 5-minute chart is free falling. Let's go to the 1-minute chart. It's also free falling. This is not so good. There we go. There we go. Oh, okay. Now keep in mind, Doge is heavily traded. So usually when you get these reversals, you see large sticks. And this is why you get these exacerbated movements because it's heavily, heavily traded. I think people have been trading this thing like 24/7. Ah, come on, Weeble. Whatever. Chart. There we go. We'll see what happens. See, again, a little bit of a recovery here. Big Digital just been getting spanked. I thought the interview was great with the CEO, but tell you anything crypto related is just going through a little poopy doopy phase here right now. Oops. Where's BTC and Ethereum? They're doing okay. 56 and 22. Nah, but they're also kind of trending down on the 1 minute here. A little bit of a downtrend. They just started up higher. Yeah, Matterport pulling back a little bit as well. Looks like Tesla. Tesla's stable. All right, let's go back to the Doge. There we go. Popping back up over here. Oh, let's listen to this for a moment.
$5 trillion tax and spending plan. So I think we're in agreement, Stu. Listen, he told the lawmakers yesterday, all of whom, by the way, are former governors and mayors, that yes, he is prepared to consider other suggestions. Take a listen.
As I indicated earlier, I am prepared to compromise, prepared to see what we can do and what we can get together on. It's a big package, but there's a lot of needs.
Sounds like a McDonald's drive-through when he's talking through that face mask.
Oh my gosh, Fox, don't peddle that bull crap. If he wants to wear a mask, let him wear the mask. So what's very interesting is you've got, gosh, why Fox Business? Seriously? Anyway, so what happened to the other half of the infrastructure plan? Don't you remember there was supposed to be two infrastructure plans? There was supposed to be one infrastructure plan at 2.25 trillion, which was the main like bridges, roads, blah blah blah, right? Then there was supposed to be the other infrastructure plan, which was the social infrastructure plan, which was like the child tax credit and so on and so forth. That was supposed to get announced like 2 weeks ago. Still haven't heard it. Still have not heard it, which is interesting because now it's like, are we not going to maybe do a $4 trillion plan? Is it going to end up being 2? Is it going to end up being 1.5? Kind of interesting. It's sort of, it's wearing away a little bit. All right, what do we got over here? Okay, they're talking, CNBC's talking COVID. Okay. Colleges requiring vaccinations. All right, colleges requiring vaccinations is not too terribly new. Not maybe new regarding COVID, but it's not uncommon for colleges to require vaccinations, like chickenpox. Although I don't think they actually do. They require the chickenpox vaccine? I remember because I grew up without the chickenpox vaccine. I got the chickenpox vaccine when I was at UCLA, which is kind of weird. I felt like isn't this kind of late to be getting the varicella vaccine? Yeah. All right. Anyway. So, all right. What else do we got here? VIX, VIX with the nuke over here. Let's see here. The chickenpox vaccine hasn't been out for that long. Yeah. All right. What else we got here? Yeah, babies get a ton of vaccines when they're born. This is true. Volatility index on a day chart. See, what's so weird is it's been straight down, since the election for overall market volatility. But this has been a painful kind of slide down here for a lot of mostly SPACs and higher PE stocks. Let's look at Nikola. I've not seen Nikola under $10. There it is, $9.92. Broke the buck. Ouch. Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's true. Getting chickenpox when you're older sucks. Yeah, don't they call it something else? So it's a form of shingles or something like that. Yeah. No, it's anyway. All right. What else? Anything else going on here? No. Nano pulling back a little. Same thing at Tesla. Same thing at Enphase. Same thing at Square. This is all a bunch of sameness, boringness, no newsness. Oh gosh, the airline's getting spanked here, down 8.9%. I mean, it's nothing like the history of the crypto-related firms here: Voyager, Coin, Riot, Marathon. Just destruction. What is Coin doing right now? But I will look at the airlines again. I think Coin's at 331. That's not too terrible. What's Love doing? My basis on that one's 353. I know somebody was wondering. Southwest down 3.5% as well. Spirit is save, right? Yeah, Spirit is save. 5% today. Yeah, airlines getting wrecked, and so are the cruise lines. Yeah, a lot of recovery just getting wrecked now. Nothing's safe. Nothing's safe. Not even Etsy. It's a disaster. Everything's getting shorted. Short everything. Buy puts. It's all coming to an end. Yeah, I checked the VIX. It is up. I'm still waiting for shingles. Maybe can use my... Oh, gosh. All right. I don't know. I got nothing. We could try Bloomberg here, but Fox is on commercial. CNBC is on commercial. I don't know. What are they talking about here? Environmental and social or sustainability governance.
Archegos implosion and the ripple effects on the hedge fund world. We'll discuss that with the CIO of the world's largest publicly traded hedge fund, Sandy Rattray of Man Group, is going to be joining us. That's coming up.
Do we want to listen to Sandy talk about hedge funds? I mean, I wouldn't mind hearing a hedgie talk about all the shenanigans they're pulling. But yeah, in the meantime, I suppose orchestrated crash. Hey, you never know. I wouldn't be surprised the hedgies get together. Hey, let's short SPACs. Yeah, you want to do it? Yeah, let's do it. Hiring headwinds. Where are the workers? We'll come back to Bloomberg in a minute.
Employees. We probably have right now in our brand with 184 restaurants, I bet we have 2,000 to maybe 2,500 open positions. You know, people that would have worked in the restaurant business, they're now possibly going into a different business line where it's delivering for Uber or driving for Uber or Lyft or delivering food. When you couple that with unemployment benefits that are being extended now through September and people can stay home and, you know, make more money than they could if they went out and worked, all of that together is creating this dynamic, and we just can't find people.
David Rosenberg Research founder, joins us. David, I assume you just listened to that. I just love your take on it because it really stopped all of us here. Wow, 2,500 positions you can't fill because you say people are collecting unemployment or becoming Uber drivers. What's your take, and what does it all mean?
Well, I'm sympathetic to his view.
Probably becoming Uber drivers and collecting unemployment.
When you take
that's wrong.
Of Americans on at least one unemployment benefit program, it's 17 million. That's just a staggering number. Before the pandemic, that number was basically a little bit more than 2 million. So maybe for the time being, it's very difficult to entice people who are actually, getting paid to stay at home. I would not exactly call this a permanent situation unless the Biden team is taking us to a European-style universal basic income. But it could well be that the benefits are so attractive that it is keeping people at home as opposed to actually heading back to work, at least right now.
Yeah. Well, when we had the conversation about, raising your wages, that CEO, in fact, pushed back a bit, didn't seem to think that it would necessarily produce the desired results. What about wage inflation overall, given what at least may be right now a perhaps short-term phenomena of not being able to find enough workers?
Yeah, I'm not so, you hear a lot about that. There was some evidence in the Beige Book, and you see some of the survey data that wage intentions are picking up. I don't know, why you would do that. This is all, it's the Fed's operative word is transitory when it comes to inflation, but also when it comes to what's happening on the supply side, demand side dynamics with the economy. I mean, you go back a year, and it was the implosion in demand relative to supply that caused that, that deflationary episode, which is temporary. And now what's happened is that the supply side is opening up much more slower than is the case on the demand side. But again, this will be very temporary. I wouldn't be, if I was well, I am a business person, but I wouldn't be out there on a short-term basis throwing out, wage increases on something that seems to me to be a little transitory. The other thing that I would just throw out there is that there is actually a ton of excess capacity in the economy. I mean, we've got the short-term phenomenon where people are getting paid not to work, but I'm hoping it's short-term. But when you look,
make a quick note here, Procter & Gamble released an announcement that they plan on in September raising prices of things like diapers and other consumer goods as costs have gone up. So they're giving everyone a heads up. Inflation's real in our world. We'll see how many companies follow suit with that.
And then we have another 6.9 million who actually aren't counted in the labor force, but if they were offered a job, would take one. The BLS actually gives us that information every single month. And then we have another 5.8 million Americans who are working part-time, but they really want a full-time job. So you come out of this with a total pool of available labor of 22 million. And the month before the pandemic, it was 15 million. So we actually have an excess of 7 million of idle labor market resources, admittedly not being put to work right now because of fiscal policy. But I think that if we allow these very generous jobless benefits to start rolling off in a judicious way, then we'll start to find these people will go back to work. But there is an enormous volume.
I mean, that's interesting. You know, I have to say, it's going to be, what's going to be very weird is when all of the unemployment boost goes away and they don't end up extending it. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. So that's September, right? That'll be interesting.
I mean, I just wonder, I get freight costs and shipping costs and energy costs and food costs. Those can be transitory, but how sticky versus temporary are actual increases to wages?
Let's we were gonna go to Bloomberg though with the hedgies. Let's listen in.
And it concerns counterparties, the firms, the Wall Street firms largely, that investors like Man Group and others have to deal with. Tell me about this risk.
So the risk is really that there are just less counterparties to deal with today than there were 5, 10, or 15 years ago. That might be as a result of regulations. It might be as a result of competition. But what's clearly happening is, especially for prime broking services and other clearing services, there are fewer competitors today than there were just a few years ago.
We already know that Deutsche Bank, for example, has over the course of those years been pulling back from prime brokerage to a degree, even though it was one of the firms that did business with Bill Wong and his firm Archegos. Are you thinking now that the damage to banks such as Credit Suisse, for example, and Nomura may shrink further the availability of counterparties to an investor like Man Group?
Yeah, I think it almost inevitably.
There it is. There it is. See it? P&G plans to increase prices as inflation hits grocery shelves. Yep. See? Yeah. Okay. He's mostly talking about Archegos. It's not super fun right now. Yeah. A lot of even a big split here in the comments. Some of you saying they shouldn't have the boost to begin with. Some of you are saying huge spike in poverty if we're not fully recovered. Texas James here. So many people during the pandemic have learned that they can make their side hustle a full-time gig. No need to go low service jobs. Lots of different opinions here. Yeah. All right. So nothing fun here with the people talking today, mostly because I feel like there's just a lack of news. Macy's. Where Macy's just also going straight down here. Dogecoin. Yep. See, trying to push back up after that sell-off moment we had there. And it had some volatility because I'm pretty sure we were watching it over here. Yeah, trying to climb back up. So that's good. We'll see how it goes. American Airlines just getting destroyed. I do worry that this could be a sort of the harbinger for recovery stocks, is a start to a sell-off in companies like the airlines and what that's potentially going to mean for the future of recovery stocks. Now, do keep in mind that SPACs, if you have a SPAC, it's getting wrecked. If you're related to crypto, getting destroyed. Kraken pulled some of their private offerings because of the disaster of Coinbase, and that was like a big tell right there. There was pain coming, but yeah, Coinbase sitting at 326. Yikes. Lots of red. And even Tesla pulled back. Wow, look at that. Just in the last 10 minutes here. Tesla's pulled back, Enphase has pulled back, Square's pulled back. You know what? It's beer time. Thank you everyone for being here. Course members, I'll see you for course member live stream in an hour and 10 minutes. Otherwise, we'll go see you at the Apple event. Which if you click remind on the little pop-up you're going to get here in a moment, I will see you there. Thank you so much. Check out the course programs link down below. We'll be expiring that coupon code again, probably towards the end of this month. We'll see. Anyway, thanks so much for being here.